What if the most important project you will ever work on isn't your career, isn't your house, and it isn't even your finances? What if the most important project you will ever work on is you? You are your own greatest project. Most people dramatically overestimate what they can achieve in a single year, but massively underestimate what they can build in 3 to 5 years. Because real change rarely happens in dramatic moments. It happens in small decisions, repeated consistently over time. But there's something most people never stop to notice. Many people never actually decide what they're building. They drift into routines, they react to work, they react to circumstances, and before they realize it, years have passed. So let me ask you something honestly. If nothing in your life changed over the next 12 months, your routines, your habits, your environment, would you actually be happy with where you are this time next year? Or would things look almost exactly the same? Because before we talk about discipline, habits, or productivity, we have to start somewhere much more powerful, and that is choice. Because if you don't consciously choose what you're moving toward, life will choose for you. Most people don't actually ask what they want, they just drift, subconsciously drifting. They're just reacting to work, reacting to environments, reacting to family and friends. So like sometimes with like work, if you don't actually consciously choose what job you want to do, then people will just give you a suggestion. Why don't you come work here? Why don't you apply for that job? Why don't you do that as a career? And then people end up just finding themselves in roles that they don't actually want to do. And then once they're in there, they're stuck. They're just drifting. And then when you're in a relationship, your choices aren't really yours anymore. You have to compromise. You have responsibilities, expectations, bills, things that you have to pay for and stuff. And even when you've got like friends as well, you've got couple friends, so it's like you're going to meet your wife's friends or your partner's friends, and you're doing what the group want to do. Now I don't know if you've kind of been in that group dynamic of trying to make a decision of what people want to do, and it ends up being that because you're compromising so much, nobody actually gets what they want to do unless you have some dominant people. So yeah, you need to kind of consciously choose like what direction you want to go in, and especially with career and things that you're doing daily in your life. Because otherwise time is just going to slip away. Like as I said there, it's like you overestimate what you can achieve in 1 year. Because when you're in your head, you're consciously, yeah, I can do that. But the actual reality of you trying to achieve that, especially coming from like a kind of starting point of zero, when you've not built structure in place, you've not looked at time, time you've got, resources and stuff, that 1 year, you're never going to be able to achieve all that you can imagine. But because people overestimate what they can achieve in 1 year, they underestimate what they can in 3 to 5 years, because it's a compound effect. Once you start the ball rolling, you get better, you become more efficient, so that after that 1 year is over, it's like year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, it's just compounding effect. And that is about consciously choosing, because if you're designing your life Like as I said, like you are your greatest project. If you're designing your life, you're moving towards that long-term goal. And every time you bring in a small goal and you achieve it, you've got that sense of achievement, and it actually encourages you to kind of keep going, to be more motivated to kind of get to that next step and take that next leap kind of thing. Yeah, oh, I've lost myself again. Yeah, so there's an exercise I want to bring into this video, and it's because of how I became, how I drifted in my life. Yeah, like obviously I have spoke about in this YouTube channel that I was just drifting in life, just waiting for external factors to happen to me before I could really move on with my life. And I basically split up with my wife, and her words have been really powerful through this whole separation. And one of the phrases she said to me was that I can't be with somebody just for their potential. And in my head, the vision I've got of myself building things and the person that I am that can achieve that, like me building, is totally different from the person I was at that moment in time, or the person that I was presenting to the world. So those words that she says, like I can't be with somebody for their potential, it really made me shine a torch on the gap of my vision of who I want to become, of myself building things, and then the person that I am the now. So this made me realize it's not about the ideas, the vision of what I'm wanting to build. Like manifesting is not about what you can achieve, it's about how you are. So it's really about manifesting the person that you see in your visions. And so for me, that gap is what I started to focus on. I focused on myself, of how to get myself to be that person in the vision. Now, as I said, it's like you overestimate what you can achieve in 1 year because you're starting from zero. But the compounding effect is really, it's exciting. It gives you that motivation. So the lesson that I started was writing 25 things. Actually, I'd like you guys to write this down. And writing it down is much better. Like writing down things in general is much better because you're getting it out your head. In your head, it's all linear. But then when you get it out, you can start looking at that what you're writing down in different ways, like that kind of mirror effect. This is writing is very powerful. That's why a lot of people say journaling is really powerful, because what you think is in your head, when you actually see it out, it becomes kind of almost three-dimensional, and you can look at it from all angles. So yeah, so write down 25 things that you want to I kind of said you want to achieve, but you want to achieve for yourself. So not actually what you want to build. You can obviously have at the very end what you want to build, but it's about putting 25 things in your life that you actually want to do. Now, think of things that are going to make you happy, joyful. What kind of life do you want to see yourself living? So it's kind of trying to design your kind of most perfect life that you can imagine. So this is what I'm saying, it's you are your greatest project. Now those words are really profound, because it isn't about the vision that you're trying to build, it's about the person that you want to become in doing that. It's the journey to that. So yeah, start with things that you're that make you happy, make you excited, make you hopeful, make you joyful. For me, when I started writing mine down, it was because I have become quite lonely recently. Mine was all about meeting friends and going to retreats and festivals and traveling and doing collaborations with people and spending time with my kids and those are my kind of things. It it is to bring back the joy in my life, like as in, what does the perfect week look like in my life? And that is like daily as well. So the perfect week in my life would be, like, as I said, like working 3.5 days a week when I'm doing something that's meaningful and purposeful. But those 3.5 days, I want to split it into different times and stuff, that it's not just about work, it's about health as well. I'm kind of teasing the next lesson as well, the 888 principle, because it's about, like, for me, my perfect week perfect day would be 8 hours sleep, 8 hours for work, as I said, in the purposeful work, and then 8 hours for yourself, where you're, as I say, like for me, my daily routine, I'm doing like exercises, cold showers, gua sha routine, going for walks, meeting friends, like seeing my boys, etc. So that's what you're kind of wanting to do. You're wanting to do things that you want to do. It's exciting that you're bringing into your week, because those things, it's consciously choosing. So when you're wanting to change your life, you're wanting to change your life not by somebody like me telling you what you should be doing. It's you choosing what you want to do. So if you write these 25 things down, and then once you write the 25 things down, you want to cut and copy. It's easier. Put them all in chronological order, and then take the top 5. And from the top 5, you're wanting to write 3 things that you can take as a step towards achieving those goals quite quickly. So, like for example, going to the gym, right? So you'd be like, well, let's identify what gyms are about. Do I want to just go for a gym, or do I want to have one for a swimming pool, or like sauna and stuff? What's your budget? What's the traveling time to it? When can you go, etc. So just like actual details, so that the steps that you can actually see right in front of you, and you're like, right, I know how to get to that. And these are the kind of things that you're kind of wanting to do. So you're trying to build a life for yourself, and then like moving on further along in the kind of thing that I'm wanting to do with this YouTube channel, this program, is you're going to start looking at time that you can fit these kind of things into your habit and into your routines. And then once you start taking that one step forward, as I said, it's like ticking off off your list kind of thing, and then you can move on to something different. And normally you find is once you take the first step, then you can see the next step, and then things open for you. So this is for me with this like YouTube channel. I started just wanting to do a 90-day reset, and bringing in daily habits, and I also got rid of like kind of addictions from that as well. And then after that, I kind of went down a whole memory thing and healing journey. And now I'm like, right, what is my direction now? And as I said, like I've kind of started talking to people, saying that you're kind of you're wanting to transition from a job or your career that you've not chose, that you've subconsciously chosen, and transition into a career or a job that you consciously choose. So that's my direction, but it is a one step forward. So when you choose something consciously, something shifts in you. You're no longer reacting to life. You're actually building something. And when that happens, discipline stops feeling like punishment. It starts feeling like investment. So that's like choice creates direction. People often say they don't have time, but often the real problem isn't time, it's actually direction. It's choosing something that gives your habits meaning. choosing something that gives your time purpose. And that is that choice creates direction. So this is what these lessons will let you see. It's like you choosing what you want to achieve or what you want to bring into your life. But something else happens when you write the list. You realise many of those things are actually possible. It's not like 10 years away. It's not even 5 years away. It's you can start seeing how you can bring these into your daily habits this year. Which raises the next question. If you know what you want, then what's actually stopping you? So yeah, this is lesson 1. Lesson 2 next week. I want to kind of follow on with this. So that'll be like most people don't lack time. They just lack awareness of where their time is going. So yeah, now that you know what you want to build, the next problem appears. Most people don't fail because they lack goals. They fail because they drift. So next week we're going to shine a torch on something most people never look at and where their time actually goes. If you don't consciously choose what you're building, then life is going to choose for you. And next year will look very similar to this one, because nothing changes if nothing changes. So yeah, guys, I'm going to leave it there and I'll see you next week. Slanjiva. Ciao.